As you can see outside today, we have cloud, we have a little bit of blue sky, we had some rain earlier. In fact, I think we are having everything today. Here we go again. We are back with you live once more from the birthplace of the English language, which just happens to be, oh my goodness, it is definitely, without any doubt, England. Yes, we are back. I hope you're having a good day. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope you are feeling happy. I am feeling happy, but not 100%, because yes, June is here, which for me normally means that the hay fever season arrives. So I am suffering slightly at the moment from hay fever, which is lovely. For those who don't get hay fever, I will tell you what it is. It is an allergy, a reaction that your body has to certain things. And in my case, it is pollen that comes from the plants and also the grass. I am allergic to grass pollen. And at this time of year, well, there is a lot of grass pollen blowing around. Unfortunately, it does affect my nose, my eyes, and also, you might hear today, my voice as well. So I am suffering a little bit, but I'm still here. I'm still here with you. I suppose I could have cancelled the live stream and rested, but no, I am here. It's nothing serious, by the way. It isn't anything life-threatening. So I won't die from it, but it does make you feel a little unwell and under the weather. But at least I'm here, and I'm pretty sure you will cheer me up today. I hope so. Did you see the live stream on Sunday? We had a busy live stream celebrating the Jubilee for the Queen of England. Thank you for your kind comments during that live stream. Everything back to normal today, as you can see. Mr. Steve is not here because he is working, or at least whatever Mr. Steve's version of working actually is. Here we are then, and yes, we have made it, I suppose, to the middle of the week with a little bit of sunshine. And, well, what can I say except for it's Wednesday. I hope you are having a good Wednesday today. And yes, we are all back together live once more. So if my voice should suddenly disappear, if I should suddenly vanish, you will know why. It means that my throat has been a little bit of a pain in the neck. You know I love receiving your messages and your comments and your photographs. Well, I received a lovely photograph from Anna Capuzzi. Hello, Anna. Thank you very much for your lovely photograph. And all I can say is your garden looks very nice, very lovely, with lots of lovely trees. And it looks as if you are watching me from, I think, a couple of weeks ago. That looks like a very comfortable place to sit and enjoy my live streams. Your garden looks lovely, Anna. Thank you very much for sending that, because I'm always interested to find out what you are doing or where you are sitting when you are watching my live streams. And there you can see Anna is sitting at the dining table, and it looks as if it is outside. So when you have your evening meals, I would imagine you sit outside with your family and you have a lovely time. It looks as if you could sit out there all night and watch all of the nature around you whilst eating your food. I like that. And I can't think of a better place to be to learn English than sitting outside enjoying the view of, well, that is a very nice garden. You have a lovely garden, Anna. Thank you very much for that. And I love hearing from you. I love seeing your pictures. If you have a photograph of yourself watching my English class, my live lessons, or even one of my recorded lessons, you are more than welcome to send it to me. Of course, we have the live chat. It would not be the live stream without you. Lots of things to talk about today. We are looking at one particular habit that a lot of people still have, despite the fact that they are warned constantly of the negative and bad effects of doing it. So we are looking at words connected to the habit of smoking. And the reason why I mention this today is because here in the UK, we are thinking of raising the minimum age that people can smoke. I think it would be fair to say that over the past 10 or 15 years, we have been discouraged from smoking cigarettes, smoking cigars, smoking pipes. But it would appear that there are still a lot of people who do enjoy smoking. We are looking at phrases and words connected to smoke. So not just the habit, not just the activity of smoking cigarettes, but also lots of different words and phrases connected to smoke. Generally, to discourage. I like that word, by the way. If you discourage someone, it means you are trying to put them off doing that particular thing. You are trying to discourage someone from doing something that might cause them harm. Discourage. The opposite, of course, is encourage. You encourage someone to do something. You want them to do it. You think it's a good idea. Discourage is the opposite. You do not want that person to do it. You think it is a bad idea. You think it will be bad for them. Hello, live chat. Well, don't worry. I am not going to discourage you from watching me. No chance of that. Hello to the live chat. Who was first? Let's have a look. Oh, I see. The champion is back with his very fast finger. Congratulations, Vitas. You are first on today's live chat. Congratulations to Vitas. You are first today on the live chat. Well done. We also have Beatrice. Hello, Beatrice. Hello also Paolo. We also have Claudia. Hello, Claudia. How was your meal on Sunday? We did miss you during the live stream, but I hope you had a chance to catch it on the recorded version. I hope so. Tan Thai Nguyen is here as well in Vietnam. I think so. Hello also Marwa. Hello Marwa, or should I say Marwa, Marwa. Welcome. Welcome back. Nice to see you back today. Beatrice says today is a special day for me because it's my birthday and I'm so glad that I can share this moment with you and all the classmates. Happy birthday, Beatrice. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have a super duper day. Happy birthday, Beatrice. I hope you have a super duper day. And it's also nice that you have a chance to share your birthday with us on the live stream. So congratulations, and I hope you have a good day. I hope you had lots of presents as well, nice things to enjoy. Hello Mohammed Lofty, hello to you as well. You don't look very happy on your icon. Your little emoji doesn't look very happy. I want to see those smiles today. Hello also Zadzika. We also have Palmyra. Hello Palmyra. Nice to see you here as well. Oh, joining us after his absence on Sunday, Luis Mendez is here today. I hope you are feeling okay, Luis, and thank you very much for the message that you sent me last weekend. I hope everything is all right. If you want to share the reason why you were not here, you can, but I won't mention anything, but you can if you want. But it's great to have you back here today, Lewis. Thank you very much for joining me again. Emilio is here. I hope you are doing well. Well, I'm not sure if I'm doing well today. I have terrible hay fever, unfortunately. Not only during the day, but also during the night as well. I keep waking up at night, sneezing, and it's not very good. So I have my hay fever season. This normally happens during the month of June, normally for 3, sometimes 4 weeks. So I've just started having it today. And today, of course, is the 8th of June. So actually, my hay fever has started slightly later than it normally does. But normally the month of June is when I have it, and then after June it slowly disappears. So hopefully before July arrives I will be okay. Fernando mentioned something that was in the news last week. The country known as Turkey has changed its name to Turkiye, or Turkiye, because I believe that is the proper pronunciation of that particular country. Although I have a feeling that people will still use the word Turkey, to be honest, because it's easier to say. A lot of people do feel nervous or embarrassed when they are pronouncing the name of a certain country or maybe a person's name if they are unsure of how to pronounce it. They might not want to say it. However, if there is an easier way, of saying it, then people will often prefer to do it that way. But the reason why they decided to change the name or change the pronunciation is the negative connotation or the negative meaning of the word turkey, which I find rather interesting, because turkey is a type of bird, but also sometimes we can describe something as a turkey if it is not very good, or if it is something that is a failure. We might describe it as a turkey. But I think these days we don't use that phrase very often. Anyway, that's what's happened in Turkey, a place I've been to in the past twice. Hello also Fernando. Hello to Fernando. It's nice to see you here. Gulu is here as well. Wow, a lot of people joining already on Wednesday. Nice to see so many people here. We also have Zeynep. Hello, Zeynep. Zeynep Sari. Nice to see you here today. I don't recognise your name. Where are you watching today? We have Florence here. Hello, Florence. I'm happy to be here, but unfortunately I won't be here for long. Just a few moments. That's okay. You can always watch the live stream later on if you want. You are more than welcome to do that. So we have a lot of things to talk about today. We are talking about words and phrases connected to smoke. Smoke. And there are actually quite a few phrases connected to that particular word, to be honest. Hello also to Sab K, who says, hi from down under. When you say down under, do you mean Australia? Another country that has been in the news this week because they are trying to remove the Queen of England as the person who is their head of state. So when we talk about the head of state, we are talking about the person who is seen as the figurehead of that particular country. And Australia still regards the Queen of England as their figurehead, their head of state. However, there is now a big push to remove the Queen of England as the head of state and to become a republic. So they will have a sort of, I suppose it will be elected. Elected? Will they elect their head of state? I wonder. So it would appear that that is what is happening at the moment in Australia during this time. They are thinking of going Republican. They are going to try and remove the Queen of England from their head of state. Hello also Florence. I saw it was your birthday today, Beatrice, so I wish you a very happy, lovely birthday. Yes, it's very nice. Isn't it amazing when you can share your birthday with not only your family and friends, but also everyone here on the friendliest community that exists? I think so. One of the things I love about doing this is that everything here is so friendly. You are friendly. I try my best to be friendly. Even the cows are friendly. We are with you live. It is Wednesday, and yes, this is English Addict. Mr. Steve was out in the garden this morning feeding the cows. We have some lovely cows at the back of the house, and I have to be honest with you, they might be the friendliest cows we've ever had at the back of the house. They are lovely. They are very friendly. They follow us around the field. Yesterday, when we were coming back from our walk, they were following us, and they came up to us, and then we spent about another half an hour with the cows, feeding them leaves and little bits from the garden, some lovely green plants. The cows love to eat something that is different because they spend all day eating grass, which, to be honest with you, might be a little bit boring. If I was honest, if I was a cow, sometimes I would want to eat something that was different, something that was not grass. Talking of things that are green, in the garden at the moment, everything is looking lovely. Outside, there it is. I thought we would have a different view today. So there you can see some of Mr. Steve's lovely roses coming out. Some lovely, well, they look pink, but I think they're actually red roses, but they look lovely. And you can see there is a lot of green grass as well. The grass this year is looking very nice. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we've had a lot of rain, but there it is, a live view, looking at some of the plants in the garden right now. We might be getting some rain later, so Mr. Steve's grass will stay nice and lush. I think so. Lush, there's a good word. Something that looks healthy, something that looks as if it's in full health, might be described as lush. I think so. Very nice. Us Sama says cows are almost as friendly as dolphins. It is amazing how many animals are curious about human beings. So we often think of animals being afraid of people. But quite often, if you walk around, you might find that there are many animals that are actually curious. They want to know more. They want to get to know the humans a little bit better. The birds in my garden, for example, have become very friendly. We have some robins at the moment. We have some adult robins, but also some baby robins as well. And they are all coming into the garden to feed. So it's a very busy time of year. We have blackbirds as well, and lots of, I suppose, other birds that we are having at the moment are, I think we're having a few chaffinches as well. Chaffinches, very unusual looking birds. Also, we have some goldfinches as well. But it's amazing how often animals can be inquisitive or curious about human beings. And the cows at the back of the house are always interested to find out what we are up to, especially in the morning. Claudia says, "Oh, poor cows, they only eat grass. They can come to your house and I will feed you," says Claudia. But what? What will you feed the cows, I wonder? I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure over the next couple of weeks we will be filming the cows once again, because a lot of people seem to like them, to be honest. And between you and me, I like them as well. The sun has come out. Would you like to see the sunshine? There is a bit of blue sky now and sunshine. We have sun. Although I don't think it's going to last for very long, because on Friday we have a big storm coming across the UK. There is, I think it's a hurricane, and it's come across from the Atlantic, the South Atlantic. And at the moment it's heading our way after crossing the United States. So on Friday we are going to have quite a violent storm hitting this particular part of Europe on Friday. So I'm not looking forward to that. Apparently there's going to be a lot of rain, a lot of wind on Friday. Hello also to Caesar. Hello, Caesar Atlantico. I like your name, by the way. I like that very much. They are very friendly, the cows. They are. A lot of people are afraid of them. Some of the neighbours around here, they won't go into the field at all because they are afraid that the cows will chase them or trample on them, which is not good, I suppose. No one wants to get trampled by a herd of cows. Here we go then. We have today's subject. We are looking at the subject of smoking today. Smoking. Do you smoke? Maybe you are a person that used to smoke. When we talk about smoking, of course, in that particular term, we are looking at smoking cigarettes, the smoking of tobacco, or maybe the pipe. Do you know anyone who smokes a pipe? Very similar to what Sherlock Holmes used to often do. He would always smoke his pipe. So what about you? Do you smoke? Do you know someone who smokes? Maybe someone in your family? Well, today, that is the subject we are looking at. We are looking at words and phrases connected to smoke and smoking. There it was on the beach. I hope before this particular summer ends, I hope we will have a chance to go on the beach. I really do. I feel as if I want to get away somewhere sunny, maybe somewhere by the sea. I hope so. I hope we will have a chance to do that this year. Here we go then. Today's subject, we are taking a look at words and phrases connected to smoke. And I suppose also we might talk about the habit as well, because in this country we are thinking of raising the age, because at the moment you are allowed to smoke cigarettes at the age of 18 plus. However, they are thinking of changing that age to 21. So they want to actually raise the age from 18 to 21. So only people who are 21 and over will be able to smoke or buy cigarettes. We will see what happens there. Here we go then. Today's topic. Smoke, words and phrases. So we are talking about smoke, we are talking about smoking. So this is not just about cigarettes, it is about everything connected to the word smoke. The word smoke can be used as a noun or verb. So it is possible to use the word smoke as both a noun and verb. It relates to a thing and also to an action. The thing that is being produced is smoke. So the thing that is coming off a burning item or object is smoke. To smoke something is the verb. So it is possible to use these two words, these two ways of expressing the word smoke. The method of flavouring whilst cooking something is smoke. So maybe if you put something over a fire and the smoke from the fire will cook the food, but also it will add flavour. You might have smoked food. So you are heating the food with the flames, but also you are adding flavour as well. Adding flavour to the food using the smoke. So it is possible to do that. Some people don't like the taste of smoke on their food. You might have smoked fish. You might have smoked vegetables. So these are things that have been smoked or cooked over a fire or in an area where there is smoke. Normally certain types of wood are burnt and the flavour is then added to the food. Of course, at the bottom there you can see smoked. So we often smoke food when we barbecue the food. So often people will, during the summer months or the hot days, they will often eat their food outside, but also they will cook their food outside, quite often over a fire. So to barbecue something, you barbecue the food. You barbecue the food to give it some extra flavour. You might barbecue meat. A lot of people do that, especially during the summer months. Here we have a phrase now. A phrase, to smoke out something, is to fill an area with smoke. So maybe you are filling an area, a room or a place with smoke. You might smoke out an animal if you are trying to make them come out into the open. Quite often in hunting, smoke will be used to bring an animal out and to reveal itself. So to smoke out something is to fill an area with smoke. The phrase smoke out is used to show the act of forcing something to appear. So you might smoke out a person if you are trying to force them out into the open. You are forcing someone to reveal themselves. You are doing something that will force them to show themselves. So this actually is used as a phrase. It is actually a phrase that is often used when you are trying to catch someone or to find someone. You are trying to smoke them out. To smoke as a habit is the recreational use of cigarettes for smoking tobacco, for example, and other things that I won't mention. So to smoke as a habit, some people smoke, some people don't. I remember growing up, both of my parents smoked cigarettes. They were quite active, let's just say, with that particular habit. My mother smoked a lot until she became ill a number of years ago. I think it was about 20 years ago. My mother became ill because of smoking and she stopped. She gave it up. So she was able to actually quit smoking before it caused too much harm. So to smoke as a habit is the recreational use of cigarettes for smoking tobacco. Of course, nowadays a lot of people believe smoking is not good. It is bad because it's not good for your health. A smoker is someone that smokes. A smoker. We might describe a person as a heavy smoker. So when we say heavy smoker, we are not referring to the size of their body. we are actually referring to the amount of cigarettes that they smoke during the day. So a heavy smoker is a person who smokes cigarettes quite a lot. They often smoke. They are a heavy smoker. Smoking tobacco is seen as being unhealthy and putting the user at risk. So it's seen as something that is harmful. It is also seen as something that can put the person smoking at risk. They might become ill later in life. And that is one of the things. When you do things in life, you don't often think of the consequences, especially when you're young. And it is true, quite often in our young years, we will do things without thinking about the consequences. And smoking tobacco might be a good example of that. The smoke that comes from a cigarette is referred to as passive smoke. So the smoke that you inhale or breathe in is what you are using. However, there is also a lot of smoke that comes off the cigarette as well, as you can see here. So this particular smoke is referred to as passive smoke. So that means that that smoke is free to go everywhere, not just into the lungs of the person who is smoking it. Other people nearby will also breathe in the harmful smoke. This is often called passive smoking. So even if you don't smoke yourself, if you are in a place where other people are smoking, you will find that you are also breathing in the cigarette smoke. You are passively smoking. The phrase "no smoke without fire" refers to the suspicion of a person because of a rumour. So no smoke without fire. Quite often we hear a rumour about someone or gossip, although there is no proof that that rumour is true. However, we will often say there is no smoke without fire. So because people are saying that thing, a lot of people will assume that it's true. Or maybe there is some truth in the rumour. People will say, "Oh, have you heard about him? Yes, we've heard some very strange things. Yes, we don't know if it's true, but there's no smoke without fire." Not a very good phrase. Quite often people can be rather mean and hurtful and say things that are not true. The phrase "smoking gun." I like this. You might hear this quite a lot when a crime is being investigated. If you are investigating a crime, then you are looking for proof. And quite often proof of something can be described as a smoking gun. So the phrase "smoking gun" refers to clear evidence that a person did something wrong or bad. You are looking for evidence that will prove that that person did the thing that you think they did. You are looking for evidence, the smoking gun. And the reason why we say that, of course, is because when you fire a gun, quite often some smoke will come out from the end of the gun, from the barrel of the gun. And that's why we have the phrase "smoking gun." But you can use that phrase in any situation where you are looking for evidence of something happening or something that did happen. Quite often a crime. You are looking for proof, evidence. You are trying to find the smoking gun. The bloodstain on his shirt provided the smoking gun. So because that person had blood on their shirt, and maybe the blood belonged to the victim of the crime, We might describe it as the smoking gun. If we describe something as being all smoke and mirrors, then we are stating that a deception is taking place. Someone is trying to mislead you. Someone is doing something, but the reality of it is different to what they are trying to show you. They are using smoke and mirrors. Quite often in magic, a magician will sometimes use smoke and mirrors to trick you into thinking that you are seeing something that you're not. So this is a good expression when we are saying that a person is trying to trick or mislead us. Quite often, politicians will use smoke and mirrors to mislead or fool the population into believing something that is not true. Oh dear. You might describe a person as smoking like a chimney. I like that expression. You might describe a person as smoking like a chimney if they always have a cigarette in their hand. A person who often smokes like a chimney will also fill the room with lots of horrible smoke. So a person who is smoking like a chimney will often fill the room with lots of smoke. They smoke like a chimney. My grandfather used to smoke like a chimney. Here he is, smoking like a chimney. So a person who is smoking a lot of cigarettes, you might say that there is always smoke coming out of their mouths. There is always smoke appearing from their nose or their mouth. You might describe that person as smoking like a chimney. They are smoking all the time. My grandfather and also my grandmother used to smoke like chimneys. They would always have a cigarette in their hands. They would always be smoking something. Quite often, a cigarette. Nothing else. Here's another phrase. I like this phrase. To create a smoke screen, to hide or conceal something using a distraction. So again, this is very similar to smoke and mirrors. When a person uses smoke and mirrors, they are trying to mislead you. And here we have smoke screen, very similar to what we just saw right here. If you create a smoke screen, it means you are trying to hide something. You are creating something that might be used to conceal the truth. To create a smoke screen is what you are doing. Here's another one. An attractive thing might be described as smoking hot. Something described as smoking hot might be an attractive person, maybe a woman. Maybe you see a very attractive woman. You might say that she is smoking hot. She's smoking hot. Although nowadays maybe it's best not to say that. But some people still use it. They will say, I was at a disco last night and there was a girl there. She was smoking hot. Talking of smoking, the age when a person can legally smoke might be raised in this country from 18 to 21. So that's right here in the UK. So this leads me quite nicely to the topic of smoking. What about you? Have you ever smoked? Have you ever tried to smoke? I can safely say that I don't like smoking. I've never smoked ever in my life. Never done it. Never tried it. I don't like the smell, to be honest. And a lot of people believe that if you smoke or if your parents smoke, there is a higher chance that you will start smoking as well. So people believe that if your parents smoke, there is a good chance that you will also take up the habit. I remember when I was living in China, lots of people smoked everywhere. Many of my students, very young students, would smoke, and it used to break my heart when I saw them doing it. I used to say, "Why do you smoke?" And can you believe it? You're not going to believe this. I'm going to tell you this, but you won't believe it. There are people, or were people, that I was teaching and working with, and they believed that smoking is good for you. That's how they encouraged people to take up smoking in China. They would say that it had health benefits. By the way, it doesn't. So here in the UK, we are thinking of raising the age, although I think it would also be fair to say that not many people do smoke nowadays. Not everyone smokes cigarettes. I think fewer people smoke now than they did 20 years ago. Especially in this country, it's very unusual to see people smoke. So what about you? Is cigarette smoking popular in your country? What about your country? Do you smoke? Have you ever tried smoking? There are many people who used to smoke in their life and then eventually they decided to quit. They wanted to stop smoking, mainly because of their health. They wanted to keep their health. They wanted to stay healthy. So I think it would be fair to say I don't think there is any doubt or debate anymore about how unhealthy it is to smoke cigarettes. Palmyra says, I remember earlier that screen divas, women, attractive women, would often be photographed with cigarettes in their hands. Yes, well, it is a well-known fact that during the 1940s, maybe even the 1950s, quite often you would see people smoking in movies. And the main reason for that was money was being paid to certain film industries or certain film studios to promote smoking. So smoking was heavily promoted during the 1940s and 1950s, and that is the reason why quite often, if you watch a movie from that particular period, quite often you will see smoking taking place. And quite often it would be women who were smoking. And the reason for this was they discovered that the cigarette manufacturers discovered that there were not many women smoking. So they wanted to encourage women to take up the habit of smoking. And that is the reason why quite often you would see women smoking in movies to make it more popular amongst females. And it worked as well. I don't think it's a good one. I don't think it's a good idea, but it did happen. But not anymore. It is very hard or very rare to see anyone smoking on television or in movies. Very rare. Gulu says, in my country, only men smoke, not women. I often see women smoking in this country, in England. I don't know why. I seem to see more women smoking than men. And I find that rather interesting. Vitas says, there was a brave cowboy who smoked cigarettes. Yes, there was a famous actor or model. I think he was actually a model. And he used to pose with cigarettes in his hand. And he was dressed as a cowboy. Can you guess what happened to him? Yeah. Cigarettes killed him. He died of lung cancer. As if we need any more proof that cigarette smoking is bad for you. Andrew says, I usually I don't smoke. Maybe once in half a year I can buy myself a chocolate-tasting Captain Black Pack. Is that a brand of cigarettes, Andrew? So you smoke sometimes or occasionally. I'm not going to say I approve or disapprove. Connell also says, in my country, only men smoke, rarely women. Well, it is actually the same in China. That's what I noticed in China when I lived there. Most of the smokers were actually men. It was very unusual, very rare to see women smoking. But men did. They really did. Hello, Sean. Hello, Sean. I like your picture, by the way, wearing the mask to stay safe. I feel that my authorities are not doing enough in the enforcement of smoking. So lots of people smoke, maybe where you are, Sean. You feel that lots of people still smoke and the government are not doing anything about it. I wonder where you are. Where are you, Sean? I'm interested now to find out where you are. Hello, Sean. Where are you? Where are you watching at the moment? I want to know. So cigarette smoking here in the UK is still popular, but a lot of people now are looking for alternatives to smoking. So they don't like to do this anymore. However, they are trying to find alternatives, another thing that they can do instead of smoking. I suppose one of the things that lots of people have turned to is vaping. But even that has been discovered to be unhealthy. There are people now who are developing lung problems because they are vaping quite often, and it is damaging their lungs. There is something called popcorn lung, which sounds horrible. And apparently it causes your lungs to stop working, so I don't like the sound of that. Sean is in Singapore. Hello, Singapore. Nice to see you here. Thank you, Sean, for joining us today. That's very nice of you to join us today. There are laws against smoking, but they are not enforced. Yes, I suppose that can happen from time to time. I think so. And of course, one of the things that Singapore is famous for is its rules. Lots of rules. I remember when I was there, I only spent a very short time there, but I did see lots of signs and notices telling me what I could and could not do. I remember that. So a lot of people do smoke. My mother gave up smoking when she was in her 40s. And then she was able to take care of her health. And yes, I suppose giving up cigarettes is always a good thing and always something to be encouraged, especially if you are talking about a person's health. let's face it, there is nothing more valuable than your health. The one thing you don't want to lose in your life is your health. You want to stay healthy for as long as you can. It's gone now. That is almost it from me for today. We have reached 3 o'clock. It is time for me to go. But don't worry, I will be back with you on Sunday. I nearly said Friday. I'm not here on Friday. Don't worry. Don't worry. Not here on Friday. That was just my mistake. Because I've got hay fever. My brain is not working today. Nico says, if you are a smoker, then you are literally burning your money. I think you're right. Thank you very much for your company. It's lovely to see you here. It's always nice to have your company here on the live stream, and I hope to see you very soon. On Sunday, I am with you. For those who don't know, you can catch me on Sunday and also on Wednesday from 2 p.m. UK time. I'm back with you on Sunday, 2 p.m, and Mr. Steve will be here as well. I hope you have a good Wednesday, and I hope the rest of your week is good as well. Take care of yourself. Don't do anything that might cause you harm. And I will see you on Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time. This is Mr. Duncan. I'm now going to rest my voice because the hay fever has destroyed my little vocal cords. And you know what's coming next. Until the next time we meet here on our lovely community, don't forget also to give me a like this. Give me a lovely like right now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's lovely. Thank you for the likes. And of course, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now. Achoo.